Hi. So, some of you want to make a platformer game but don't know where to start? Whoops. Well, luckily, I have the solution. This is the first episode of how to make a platformer game. In this first episode, we're going to make player movements. Okay, enough jokes! Games like Terraria and Limbo use the same player movements. Well, maybe almost the same, I guess. Never mind. So, we're going to make exactly the same like that. The first thing you need to do is to create a new project, select the 2D template, and then rename the project like something like this. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's totally optional. Just click create and wait. I'm using Unity 2020 by the way. If you have an older version, it's okay. After it loads, it should be like this. The next thing we need are sprites. So sprites can be anything. If you want, you can draw it yourself. If you are an advanced artist, I guess. Or if you're like me and suck at drawing, you can just go to Google and pick one. But for now on, I'm going to draw a sprite with this cool website called Pixel Art. I'll give you the link in the description if you want to check it out. So here's me trying to draw a perfect sprite. To make it a bit simple, click on the plus right here, as you can see. Can you see it? Okay, just click it and then you'll see a bunch of stuff. We're going to choose sprite for now on. And in the sprites, there's still a bunch of stuff. I usually use square because square is perfect, maybe. Rename it and there you go. You got your own sprite. The next thing we need is, well, the map. The map is going to be simple. Just add a cube right here and then make it long. After you make it long, you add another cube for the obstacle if you need it. I don't know. And then after that, for every obstacle or every floor, you need a collider. So let's just go add component, and there's two different box collider. There's an original box collider, but that's for 3D, so I'll just use the box collider 2D. And there you go, the map is done. Beautiful. Okay, so we have sprites, then we have maps. What's the third thing? Yep, you guessed it. The player movements. You'll need to code for this part. Okay, so let's get started. In the editor, right click on the project, select create, and then select C# script and just call it player movement. Okay, after that, you have to double click on the script and then it will open the Visual Studio Code.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so here it is. In this code, you need 3 float variables. A public float speed, a public float jump force, and a private float move. Because we need the move variable later. And then we need the private rigid body 2D RB. And then we need a bool variable called jumping. Since the rigid body 2D is private, we cannot set any game object to that variable. But we can automatically set it by doing RB equal to get component rigid body 2D close and open brackets. And there you go. And then you have to save it and then go back to the editor. And then you need to add another cube as the player. And then give it a box collider as well as the rigid body 2D. And then we need to drag and drop our script to the player. And as you can see in the player movement script, we can see a bunch of variables that we already set it public, like right here. In the Unity editor, set the speed into 5 and then jump force into 300. And then if we play this, we can see our player fall down because of that rigid body 2D component. But the problem is we can't move yet. So let's get back to our script and type in move equal to input.getAxis horizontal. So this is how it works. There are two different values in the horizontal axis, the positive value and the negative value. So that means we can set the move variable that was currently known into the horizontal axis that we hit, because there's some values in that axis. For example, if I hit D, the move value will increase into a positive value because D is a positive input for the horizontal axis. It's actually the same as the A, but in the opposite way. Okay, so let's continue. After that, we will type in rb.velocity equal to new vector 2, add some close and open brackets, and in the brackets we will type in move times by speed, comma, rb.velocity.y. And now we're just gonna save this and go to the editor and hit play. And then you will see our player move.
Nice.
And the next problem is we can't jump yet.
YOLO!
This is easy to fix by using add force. Just simply create an if statement by typing if and then close and open brackets, and in the brackets type in input.getButtonDown jump, aka the space bar, and in that if statement we'll type in rb.addForce brackets new vector 2 another brackets rb.velocity.x comma jump force, and save this script. Go back to the editor and hit play. You'll see our player can now jump around, but unfortunately our player can jump infinite times. This is very easy to fix by using collision detection. Let's get back to our script. In the if statement, we will add two end symbols, exclamation mark jumping. So this means we only want to jump when the jumping bool is false. Inside of our if statement, we will add jumping equal to true. So if we jump, the jumping bool is true. But here's the problem. So if we jump, the jumping bool will be true. But if we try to jump again, we can't jump. Because if we want to jump, the jumping bull must be false. So let's fix it. We need to make a new void called onCollisionEnter2D, and then make an if statement, and in the brackets we will type other.gameObject.compareTag close and open brackets ground. So it will do something if the player touches something with the tag ground. Inside of our if statement, we will type jumping equal to false. Finally save this, go to the editor, and then add a tag called ground. And then we will set the floor tag into ground and hit play, and you will see our player jump normally.
Epic.
And then all of the things here are done. But there's still much more that we can explore, but to be continued in the future. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something today. Make sure to like and subscribe my video, and thanks for watching. Bye.